What is up, bros and broskies? BeastmodeGuNs here, and welcome to cast number 9 of my Supreme Commander Fortune Alliance cast series, where I pick out live replays, or you send me live replays from the Fortune Alliance Forever community, and commentate them as I am doing right now. As you can see, we have a 4v4 wonder here with some pretty interesting players. This is a 1.2k plus player game, and there is an exception for paratrooper here. So yeah, we'll get into the team matchups. For team 1 up here, we have Heaven playing as Aeon, Luminareo playing as Seraphim, and RegularNoob playing as UEF, and they will be team 1's left, right, and forward middle land positions, and Wesmania will be doing air as a Cybran for team 1. That's team 1. There you got Heaven, Luminareo, RegularNoob. Alright, anyway, for team 2 here, we got Chosen as Seraphim, SQuirtlEe as Cybran, Paratrooper as Aeon, and for the 3 land players, yeah, those are the 3 land players, and then Team 2's air player shall be K240, who, well, I'd kind of like to consider a master of Wonder, but it's basically kind of a, obviously by master I mean, he plays nothing but it. Well, as far as I know, I think he plays other stuff from time to time, but this guy is always playing Wonder, so he's playing his air, so Westmania is gonna have a bad. It's probably gonna have a bad time, but we have to see good players on both sides. So I'm interested to see what Heaven and Luminareo end up doing, as I've played with them a fair few times on a Calderon and Tabula Rasa, to name a few. Oh, and Corona was another one, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this +2. Just all the typical build orders. Nothing to see. The map does have a large amount, a lob tree reclaim, and also does have a fair amount of rocks, like pebble rocks or whatever you consider. But it does have there is some interesting notes. As you can see, there are some of the giant rocks and some tech to reclaim scattered around the map. And then in the middle, in these 5 little crater holes, there's all kinds of pebbles and of rocks here. That's going to be really good for reclaim. Well, I guess you could call that mirrors if there's rocks scattered all over a crater like that. But I wouldn't know there's no onto here. So we're just getting into it. It looks like, let's see, got a lot of power and a lot of early factories coming up from Luminareo. He already has his second factory up. RegularNoob here going for a large amount of power. Same for Westmania. Of course, he's air player. It looks like we've got a Manti here about to engage this Land Scout. Of course, Manti beats the Land Scout, and this Fam is going to come up here but turn around. In the meanwhile, Fam on here on the left side trying to kill this Spirit Land Scout, but doesn't do it due to a good macro and gets picked off. In the meanwhile, this Land Scout right here out macros these 2 auras and gets away. So good job on those auras. Air Scout's going out for the typical intel, but this Air Scout dies to this Tech 1 flak air AA after only being able to scout Chosen's base. Looks like, yeah, a couple factories here, 2 factories here from SQuirtlEe, third one being built, radar being built. A Paratrooper currently having 3 factories, building his 4th. Land factories, of course. Chosen on 2 air factories and a land factory. Interesting enough, he's going for the air roll here along with K240. He knows that his team can win air if between him and K240 if he plays it right. K240 just doing a typical 2 air factories, building getting the second factory out, making power, making interceptors. Looks like a nice group of Manti here engage a few auras, and auras do get out spammed, but the auras do take down Mantis with them. And some Fams here from Luminareo coming up, duking out these Manti, and a couple of tanks or Fams, whatever you want to call them, from Chosen coming in on the side, trying to maybe going for some harassment. ACU here from SQuirtlEe in the middle, pushing back these Fams. Looks like just 1 kill by the ACU. And more spam coming out here from Luminareo. He's getting his 4th factory, and he's bringing his ACU to mill. Maybe reclaim a few rocks, but I think he's just going to focus on the ACU. And maybe he'll reclaim a few rocks. So far, nothing doesn't really look like much is happening here between Paratrooper and regular noob. Looks like a superior aura force though pushing against these strikers on the right side. So that's interesting to see. Our strikers do kill a few auras, of course. Do a superior. Well, I don't know if it's superior firepower or not. I'll have to check out the DPS on the unit database at some point. But they do make some nice trades. These auras really, I guess, should be pushing because now the ACU's forward and they've lost their early momentum. Meanwhile, Fam's going up against SQuirtl's ACU here early, but it's not really effective and it just gives a few kills towards veterans. He does drop 500 HP on that ACU though. Looks like Fam here getting killed by these auras. And meanwhile, a couple Tech 1 arties added to the mix from Paratrooper's force. Regular noob being outspammed by this guy. Paratrooper sitting on 7 land factories currently, and regular noob only spamming with 4, actually 5 land factories and an air factory making interceptors. Heaven, he only has 3 factories. He might be teching, I'm not sure. Right now Chosen is throwing bombers at his units, so that's not going to be good. In the meanwhile, intense battle here at the middle. SQuirtle out in the open versus Luminareo's ACU and tanks right now. Luminareo just focusing on his ACU. In the meanwhile, SQuirtle's land force coming in on him, and SQuirtle at half armor. Bombers coming in from Luminareo. Half armor, half HP, my bad. And meanwhile, Luminareo being pushed back, sort of, but SQuirtle is down to 6k. And meanwhile, the land battle here continuing between regular noob and Paratrooper going in Paratrooper's favor. Luminareo, though, being pushed back. SQuirtle pushing forward with his ACU. Team 1 right now. For Team 1, bombers would be a very good thing right now. But no, SQuirtle is pulling back, and Luminareo is taking advantage and pushing the offensive again. Right now, regular noob is building bombers here to try to quell the number of auras best he can versus Paratrooper, and if he can use his bombers well, he can kill a fair few auras. Now strikers here duking out with Tech 1 mobile arties and some auras, but to not much avail. 4 kills currently from this bomber. Luminareo continuing to push forward against SQuirtle, so SQuirtle's going to continue pulling back. He only has about 4 land factories, but so far it looks like he could be holding. It's tough to say. Chosen getting an upgrade. Looks like he just finished Tech 2. Tech 1 bomber here from Chosen. Some good macro business. Bomber does die though. And it looks like Heaven is assisting Luminareo in his push against SQuirtle, and we'll see how that works. Chosen does have a few extra units here on the right side. In the meanwhile, these strikers engaging Paratrooper's ACU a little, but of course Paratrooper being forced to pull back. Wesmania does have Tech 2 air, so that'll be nice to see him get out maybe some fighter bombers for a snipe. I'll be looking forward to that. It looks like things picking back up. Luminareo and Heaven pushing against SQuirtle here and Chosen here. Chosen is bringing in air, and Chosen has Tech 2 PD, which is going to be very inconvenient for Luminareo. If Luminareo does not pull back here, he's going to lose all his land, especially with Chosen's tanks coming in. It looks like Chosen's renamed his ACU. That's cool. And meanwhile, it looks like Heaven does slip a few tanks over here. He's going to try to kill this land factory, and we'll see if that succeeds. Manti, Auras versus Manti, and right now here, as you can see on the right side, it's Paratrooper pushing ruthlessly against regular noob. Regular noob just, I guess you could say being a noob. Regular noob is making some Tech 2 P. He does have Tech 2 land factory. It would be nice to see him make some pillars. Pillars would be his best. Pillars would be his best bet right now. If it was Cybran, I'd say rocket bots, hoplites, but no, he needs to be making some pillars. And right now, Luminareo is slowly pushing up on Squirtle, he does kill one land factor, and it looks like Squirrel just got Cybran Tech 2 and War Turtle. I like that. I can see. I guess there's some custom ninja also. Anyway, that side though, it's not what I'm interested in. In the meanwhile, it looks like a paratrooper just completely slipped by RegularNoob here. To be honest, paratrooper could probably just go in on RegularNoob's ACU and end him right now, but he's not. And now he could kill these point defense here, but no, he's gonna slip around all the way back here, come down, harass his power, just mess with him, and maybe go for Wesmania over here. Wesmania, interestingly enough, has a tier 2 transport. Now back to the battle here. Some point defenses are going up from Squirtle, while Luminareo continues pushing his attacks to no avail, to no effect so far. And now Squirtle has Tech 2 Rhino tanks out now, and that's going to give him some pretty good combat support versus these FAMs, and they're forced to push back since Paratrooper knows he has a big enough force that he can just control the field. And it looks like it drops from Chosen, one drop from Chosen coming up on Westmania's base, and another one coming up on Heaven's base. But it looks like he does lose most of his little arties here to AA in the over the crater bit right here. And yep, RegularNoob does lose a lot of his power, so that's a setback for him. And these mobile light artilleries drop next to a Tech 2 mechs for Wesmania. Wesmania does have all his mechs as Tech 2, just about. And right now, interestingly, Tech 2 transport from Wesmania going straight across the field here. He's just bringing his AC right and trying to land it in. I don't know what he's doing. He should land it in near Squirrel's base. He's trying to slip it into K240's base, but K240 has Tech 2 fighters right on him, and he goes down. Wow. Wesmania just takes a gamble, overextends himself, and just gets wrecked, unfortunately. And yeah. In the meanwhile, though, it looks like a paratrooper overextending himself right now. Just RegularNoob coming forward with some pillars, bombers, and Luminareo's total, and the entire land span of Luminareo plus his ACU to gank or just kill paratrooper. They're going to try to kill paratrooper. They're going to do their best not to let him get away here. This might be the end of paratrooper, and we're about to find out. He's going on 2.5k health, more tanks coming in, more bombers coming in. I think paratrooper's going to go down here. Yep, FAM's focusing firearms while the arty. Yeah, paratrooper will go down here unless he can pick up veterancy, and he is so close. One good overcharge will give him the veterancy. And it's just not going to be. He's just not going to be able to do it. GG, paratrooper goes down. One player down on each side, but I think advantage though goes to to Team 2 though, since they were able to kill Team 1's air player, and now Team 1 is vulnerable in so many ways. And Luminareo or Heaven will have to pick up the air. They won't have a chance to win, and Heaven is making Tech 2 power, so that'll be nice to see if he can do that. Chosen pushing up a GunCom, trying to Tech 1 PD crawl against Heaven here, with some Tech 1 mobile artillery as well. RegularNoob is taking the opportunity, finally getting his opportunity to breathe here. And Squirtle, after the early combat, is pretty secure and has completely regened his health. Tech 2 Aeon PD here, lighting on Chosen's AC, trying to get him to back off. Intimidation, whatever. And Heaven is going to respond with his own Tech 1 PDs, and he has the advantage here because he had the shield for protection. For now, the shield is dead, but he has a Tech 2 mobile shield generator coming in. Not to mention Aeon Tech 2 PD here as well. This Tech 1 PD crawl is going to be stopped, by this Tech 1 PDs here from Heaven, and Heaven is gonna secure his front. A few rhinos slipping behind Luminareo's expansion here, since Luminareo's taking up the Luminareo and Heaven are both taking up the mass of Wesmania from his destroyed assets. More drops in process by Chosen. Another drop here. Chosen only carrying 3 Arties here. Gonna try to slip them through for a drop. There's some Tech 1 AA here, but it's not far off enough. They need to be over here, more on this left side. Chosen, I didn't notice this. Chosen got hit pretty hard, down to 5k health, hanging back, trying to crawl to Tech 2 PD. Heaven comes forward and basically reclaims that Chosen's Tech 2 PD with support from the Oblivion point defenses. A couple Tech 1 Arties coming forward from Chosen putting out the land spam to keep Heaven at bay. Sorry, I am a bit tired. It is currently 4:11 in the morning here, because I mean, hey, who needs sleep? I'm not gonna lie, nobody does. In the meanwhile, though, there's not really much going on. Some Tech 1 units here kill this Rhino after it gets 22 kills. That is one effective Rhino. In the meanwhile, let's see what K240 is up to. K240 making strategic bombers. He does have 1 bomber currently and some air superiority fighter and an air scout out now. Chosen putting some engineers over here, maybe to reclaim paratroopers at a lost base. Really, Team 1 should be doing what it can to push against Team 2 right now. Instead, they're giving Chosen and K240 too much time to turtle, and you don't want to let K240 turtle on this map. Otherwise, he's just going to give your entire team a bad time. You have to be able to kill the land players and get pressure against the K240. Loyalists over here going to intercept these Tech 2 pillars tanks, and and a Shova drop coming from Chosen against these Tech 2 pillars here. But this Loyalist will probably just kill all these pillars anyway, so we'll see how that works. But with support for this bomber, I think that's gonna be the case. This siege bot is taking damage. With all these Ashovas now, I don't think it will actually go down. And I think it's going to pick up veterancy here. Tech 1 Interceptor is flying over SQuirtl's base from RegularNoob. Not sure he's really intending to do there. Loyalist spam continuing from SQuirtle. Heaven getting his air factory up finally after having a good few or so power generators. And he does give some of his power and shield to Luminareo. K240 currently sitting on 3 strategic bombers, and this 1 bomber goes over here to kill these pillars. Chosen now pushing the offensive game, level 1 nano upgrade, and a lot of Tech 1 mobile artillery. Tech 2 PD here are driving Chosen back. He does get taken down to about 50% on HP. Actually, yeah, exactly 50% and below. Actually, slightly below 49, I think, approximately anyway. And this Tech 2 PD do push back this Tech 1 artillery spam. Well, the right side here is Shova drop from Chosen, but it does get shot down by transport by Tech 1 AA, so it doesn't make the landing, and now that's going to be reclaimed for RegularNoob. He wants to pick that up. Strategic bombers coming forward from K240 against Luminareo. Luminareo has nothing against it to protect himself with. His shield is coming back online. Luminareo does survive the bombing run, but he's running in the wrong direction right now. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to dodge bombers that aren't even hitting him, and he does turn around. He does try to run for the shield. Too little, too late though. These bombers are gonna come back through, make the bombing run, and bam, there goes Luminareo, and GG. Very bad positioning for Luminareo, to be honest. If he moved straight to the shield right away, then he would have been able to make it. He was a little too slow on the dodge, and that's what he intended, but it didn't work out. In the meanwhile, Pillar's going up against Loyalists here. They are killing one Loyalist, and the rest of the Loyalists back up here. These Pillars need to stop chasing right now, or they're going to get whelped. Luminareo is getting Tech 3, not Luminareo, my bad. Heaven is getting Tech 3 air up, at least attempting to. But right now, there's a lot of opening. There's a large opening in Team 1's position, because it's the middle player and the air player that were killed for Team 1, which gives Team 2 a direct route to straight up sever the ability for Heaven and the regular noob to support each other. And if all it takes one land army is a good land army from Chosen here to go right down the middle and just start cutting on both sides and just sever that capability. And Chosen is going to do exactly that. Chosen's going to push his ACU straight up the middle with Tech 1 artillery and Tech 1 mobile artillery and Tech 3 siege assault bots from SQuirtlEe. And in the meanwhile, it looks like Chosen is preparing a massive amount of Tech 1 bombers for a potential snipe here. That'll be interesting to see. And it looks like more strats bombers coming out from K240. A couple Obsidians here do try to engage these Loyalists, but just get decimated. I mean, outnumbered and outgunned. That's literally what it is. Heaven not really doing much. Is getting Tech 3 air, and he's making mercies. Actually, Chosen is far out. He might be able to snipe Chosen. There is some Tech 2 mobile anti-air cannons here, and but they're a little above actually no, they're pretty close to Chosen, so mercies might not be a good idea here. We'll see what happens, and we'll see what works. In the meanwhile, these Obsidians continuing to try and engage Loyalists, but it looks like they do manage to kill one Loyalist, but this last one here does get wrecked, but not before getting one more shot off that unfortunately doesn't do any damage. The Mercies coming out against Chosen, but they just go straight in the line of sight of the mobile Tech 2 AA cans, but Heaven is not giving up. He's bringing more mercies while Chosen's running his land force forward anyways. And these mercies are starting to just unload to Chosen, but Chosen is now 15k health. We'll see if these mercies can kill Chosen before this Tech 2 AA comes back. More mercies going in. Chosen at 12k and dropping. Another mercy hitting on Chosen. He gets to 10k. But the Tech 1 AA spam is up, and Heaven has missed his window of opportunity. And now a large amount of Tech 1 bombers coming from Chosen against Heaven. And we're going to see what happens. And the strat bombers following up from K240 as well. Heaven has no anti-air defense against these bombers right here. He needs to get something, but he can't do the Seraphim bomber anyway. The strats are going to come in and kill off Heaven, and that's GG for Heaven. At this point, it's GG for Team 1. Team 2 is just carrying on without its lost land player. And Team 2 is doing a good job to cover its right flank. Chosen just being able to pick up the air action, just doing a ridiculous Tech 1 bomber cheese here. I don't even see how many bombers he has. Chosen sitting on 83 bombers. That's more than enough to snipe an AC on its own. And now we're about to see RegularNoob rape cage here. He is defending himself best he can with point defenses, large amounts of AA. and some pillars against Chosen's ACU and a large amount of Loyalist assault bots, which, as you can see here, are killing his main base at the rear. And yeah, it's pretty much GG. Here come the Tech 1 bombers from Chosen. These AA just shooting like, don't even get me started. But these Tech 1 bombers here are going down though. We'll see how many actually drop. All these Tech 1 bombers drop their payloads, despite. And we just see a beautiful Tech 1 bomber cheese here, follow with the finishing touch from Strats. That is honestly beautiful. Just beautiful. Although that, in the end though, it was pretty one-sided. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty one-sided. Team 1 did have a good opportunity for a while, but I think what got them was they lost their air player and their right land player, which was on the side where his mirror player got defeated. He got set wrecked so bad he had to turn and rebuild for a bit, and he was unable to push on the right side, and Team 1 just couldn't pull off any successful ACU kills or snipes despite several opportunities, and nor were they able to harass or even put a hint of pressure on K240 and his land capability and his air spam capabilities, and just allowed him to just continuously spam strats and so on. And not to mention, Heaven was too slow. Heaven just kind of turtled a bit, to be honest. And while Chosen, on the other hand, just put out a lot of air and just went ham with the nano ACU here. So yeah, GG. Good. Well played by both, though I feel like Team 1 could have done better. And of course, Wesmania's drop. He went in too far. He should have dropped in Squirtle's base and just killed that. And Squirtle would have been out of the picture, and Luminareo would have just been able to push for the center, and there might have been a slightly different outcome, or a very different outcome, actually, maybe. But anyway, regardless of that, though, GG's to both sides. That is the end of this cast. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm BeastmodeGuNs, aka MasterGuns22, and I'll see you in the next cast. Peace.